Everybody live and going? Oh, wait. All right, there we go. We're good.
So much is the same on defense, coaches, players, as last year. What do you feel like might be different?
I think just our launching point. I think last year, obviously, there's so much to figure out, and it takes a while. We just started on a whole kind of different, level, and we just know how each other works. I think, the camaraderie and the chemistry is just heightened, and so now that kind of standard is like high from the jump.
You seem to be putting him right in the
right in the mix. He's been there pretty well. I think he's, as a rookie, it's tough, especially as a higher profile rookie. It's always tough. But he has the humility to kind of go and get it and kind of, take on the coaching, take on kind of whatever the players are saying to him. And he's doing a good job. So early on, I know it's a lot of time on his plate right now. We're going to need him to be in a role in this defense because he's so talented. And so, yeah, I think he's doing a great job early.
I know it's easy to razz. You guys are razzing pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, rookie in the DB room, you got to get some thick skin for sure. We all kind of go at it pretty heavy, and so he's doing a great job. I mean, he has, he's getting quick-witted, coming back at us a little bit more. But he's just, he fits in so naturally. I think you could tell they were intentional about like the personality types, and he fits in the personality of our DB room.
I know it's really early with him, and you've only been practicing with him for a few weeks, but how do you see his skill set complementing what you and Coby bring to the table in this defense?
I think that's the number one word you'll hear is versatility. He can do a lot. He did a lot in college, and Coby and I pride ourselves in doing a lot. And I think for us to be successful as like kind of a safety room, you have to. Like we can be really good if we can come down the slot, we can play deep in the field, we can play in the box. I think we all do that well. Obviously, Nick, just his physical traits can make him really excel. But I think all of us really complement each other well in that regard.
Julian, going back to Coby,
yeah,
it seems like he's having a quiet but very effective, what we've seen of him. Is that fair assessment, how he's going through the practices?
Yeah, Coby just has a chip on his shoulder, and that's, I think, why we all love him so much. He is kind of like Jordan in that Last Dance, just takes everything personal. That's the type of person he is. He competes in everything he does, and when he's quiet, he's locked in and he's in the zone. And I think we all, if you look at kind of the DB room of who you guys see the most, we're very different, all of us. And I think that's what's special about us is that we don't have to, try to be like each other. We can let Coby be Coby, let Spoon be Spoon, Reek be Reek, and they let me be me. And so I think we just love Coby for who he is, and he just works his ass off.
How does a new offense test the defense differently than last year? As you're trying to come together, and now you got something new.
Yeah, from schematics, from personnel, when you play against each other so much, you tend to just kind of play the person and kind of who you're going against. And right now, we need to play free. We play true to kind of the scheme and just kind of read everything true. There's not really a lot of anticipation because you're seeing different looks every other play. They're doing a great job right now. They're keeping us guessing for sure. They're getting dialed down. Sam's doing a great job, and their skill players are making some plays out there, and we love it because we're going to compete no matter what.
What are you seeing from this defense in terms of how you think it's going to try to attack, the offense?
Try to attack us?
Yeah.
I think just keep us guessing, not let us get comfortable. I think when you see, teams that pressure are effective pressuring, you see a lot of no huddle, screen action, a lot of misdirection, and that's, I feel like most teams are going to try to do to us. Just not let us settle in. Because I think when our feet are set, cleats are set, we are, I think, one of the best defenses in the league. And so I wouldn't, if I was somebody else, I wouldn't let us try to get comfortable.
I meant Kubiak's offense and what they want to do, how they're going to attack. Okay.
Yeah, so I think, just in general, defense, not our defense. I think, we have the personnel, we have some talented people on offense, but then it's just understanding that, okay, we're going to be tight in our run scheme, run the ball predominantly, but then just play off of it. Understand what kind of leverages on defenses are playing, and then just have build-offs off of it. We've seen just a little glimpse of kind of the first progression, the second level to it, the third level to it, and it's just so many layers to our offense. It's pretty special to see, and it's cool because right now, say they hit a play or something, we're like, man, how's it going? You can tell kind of, you see where it's taking shape, and so they're It's some high level stuff going on over there.
What are you learning? What are you learning going up against Cooper Kupp every day in practice that maybe you didn't know before?
I mean, he just has every tool of the trade. He's strong. Obviously, great hands. He's such an effective route runner. He is just one of the best receivers in the league. He's shown it. Obviously, guarded him in games, so I know firsthand kind of what he brings to the table. But it's consistent work every day. He's coming in every day and just he's locked in. He's in the zone. He has some shit to him. Excuse my language, but he does, and so it's cool, and it's giving our DB some great looks. It's giving something that we weren't able to show really last year.
Your head coach used that. How have you seen Reek handle this offseason, especially with free agency coming up? And how have you seen him handle this offseason?
He's been locked in. I think, this part of the year, everyone's fresh off the offseason. Everyone's pretty dialed in, kind of setting goals for what you want out of the year. Now it's just sustaining them. We all do it. We all this offseason, this season I'm going to do this, this, and this. For the most part, he's been crushing this offseason program. He's been here. He's been getting after it. His numbers are always crazy. He's just a freak athlete. And I think our chemistry is really close, me and him, because we work in tandem a lot out there. And so I love what I've been seeing, and so now it's just sustaining it.
Mike used that DeMarcus Lawrence, the NFC East, and so you've gotten all those matchups. But what does he bring? What does he bring to the equation for this defense, having most of you guys back, adding him to the mix here?
So let's not mention my giant Cowboy matchups from those days. We lost a lot of games. He's been around and he knows how to win football games. So you could just tell that when things are going right for us, he's vibing. But when things aren't up to standard, he kind of has a look to him like this isn't good enough. And so I think he brings a standard to the defensive room. And I think just personality-wise, people love to be around him. He's been on the block. He works hard, and he just does a great addition.
Your head coach used that same phrase about Sam Darnold that you used about Kupp. He's got some,
got some shit to him.
Yeah. Are you starting to see that that competitiveness in certain periods of practice?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the first OTA, you guys weren't out there. The defense just picked up where we left off in terms of just chatter. Guys are just talking shit every play, it seems like, to the offense. And some of the new guys are probably looking like, okay, kind of set the tone and they kind of knew what it was. And then, Sam just has some stuff to him. I changed my verbiage on that one. He has some stuff to him. And Coop, he grinds. He's just a worker. He's a workhorse. He's going to do it. But Sam kind of has some of that little swag to him, and he has ability. And so he's making us better.
What does that sound like? Is he talking smack back to you?
It's like dad jokes. It's like kind of those type of kind of jabs. But you can tell, he has some fire to him. He's used to kind of being around the guys, or around the boys. He's just, he's not a square type of guy. He's cool. He's cool with dishing it back a bit.
As good as the defense was last year, there are a couple games that weren't up to your standard against the Packers, Vikings, that were kind of big games for the team. How do you guys change that this year?
Yeah, I think one, obviously just stay healthy, kind of make sure we sustain, and then just don't get bogged down with kind of the detailed work. At that point in the season, whatever it was, November, December, you can start to float a little bit. And so I think coming into this offseason, we identified some of those games where we feel like, what were we? It wasn't clean enough, and just detail it. Just detail out the work. I think the DB coach, Jeff Howard, Carl Scott, they've been getting after in terms of the details, and those games are games that you see a lot more of clips on, just because it just wasn't up to kind of the standard that we were setting. And so now it's sustaining. That's the hard part. It's easy kind of to do it for a few games, but the best defenses in the league over NFL history have been consistent from start to finish.
How's the way Mike Macdonald communicating? How's that changed this year?
I think he's just more comfortable in kind of how he wants to run our culture, run our scheme. The verbiage of everything, I think, is just in tune. Everybody's kind of talking the same talk, and so he just seems more settled in, more cool, calm. But when he talks ball, he's still at a high level. When he's talking ball, there's nobody better than Mike.
He says he's clear. Can you as a player sense that, or is it just the same?
Yeah. So outside of talking ball, I think he's top of the whatever. But just in terms of setting kind of what we want around here, setting the standard, kind of how we want to build. Just the messaging is just super clear of kind of what our goal is, and kind of the main phrase you'll hear is 12 is 1. And so that's like everything we're building is off of that. Just kind of being, it's camaraderie, it's togetherness, it's kind of looking after your brother next to you. That's kind of the clear messaging, and he's been super dialed in with that stuff.
We don't often ask you about punters, but yours just got a new contract today.
Yeah.
What does a good punter mean to the defense?
It's huge. I mean, field position is kind of the name of the game right now. You see the stats, the analytics or whatever about when an offense starts at the 15 compared to the 35. It's the details within the details of how we play, and it can get overlooked. No one's really, saying, "Oh man, our punter is awesome." Like, that's not really a common thing, but we realize in the building that our punter is actually awesome. Like, Mike, he just gets after it. He's super consistent with his work. I mean, with his body, like he's just a pro. He's a pro's pro, and so I know we're all happy for him. I mean, you don't often get a tatted up punter going to work for you, and Dicko, he's the best, and so we're happy for him. That's awesome.
You and Spoon and the whole crew are looking at the replay board and saying whether it's a deep in or an over and all these kinds of things. Yeah. What's going on there? Are you guys trying to figure out the offense? You're trying to figure out how you guys play together?
It's a mixture. I think the accountability is so high that we're going to be clear cut about, like, where were you on this? When receiver does this is what I need from you. And it's just talking ball. It might sound kind of crazy if you guys are hearing if you're over there hearing us, if you're hearing Spoon ever. But we all speak differently, but are talking the same language, if that makes sense. And so that's all it is. And I love the boards out there because then you get to see what happened in that previous play in real time because we're trying to be the best. And it's quick when you get quick feedback out there. And so that's all it is. And DBs do it at a high level, I think. We really talk a lot of out there.
Did you know that those video boards are fairly new to the football sphere, to be on the practice field live with you? How much has that kind of changed things, being able to have that, be it right there, not have to come in the building to see it later? And what does that change for what you guys are able to accomplish?
It's cool. I mean, my first time seeing that was, I think, out here. And it's cool because I like to get that instant feedback. It could be crippling if you're like, you made a bad play and you're going to the sideline and everyone is looking up at the board, ready for you to make a mistake, for the young guys. But it's kind of like you shake back. I think we kind of callous ourselves to just getting better. Like, if it's bad, you're still going to rep the next play. And so I love those boards out there. I think it's pretty good.
Coach McDonald mentioned this defense feels like it has ownership, even more so this year, just because of year 2 with you guys. He said it's not just his defense, and you guys are here and kind of taking over in your own volition. Does it feel different for you in terms of what this defense can do this year? You mentioned a better launching point.
Yeah, I think so. I think kind of that shows itself in, like, when we're in the defensive room, it's not about being like the best defense. Now we're competing of who can be the best position group in the defense. So it's not just like, okay, defense, we're going to be, the top whatever in the league. It's like, we want to be the best secondary in the league. And who was the tip of the spear for our practice that day? And every day we've been showing who the tip of the spear was, whether it's DBs, backers, or D-line. And so it's just super competitive in there. And I think it's conducive to just growth. I think, we're not shying away from everything. Everyone's getting coached, no matter if you're, D-Law, Leo, or the rooks we have. It's just a super accountable across all boards. Player to coach, player to player, coach to coach, all of it is just really, really dialed in.
All right, guys, we have a 4 p.m. meeting.
Oh, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.